There are so many stories of Ganesha. Beautiful stories are there. So today we will go through one of the stories. The story is of Dhundi Ganapati of Kashi. Have you heard of Kashi? Varanasi, Benares? Yes. There is a very beautiful temple of Lord Ganesha. And Ganesha there is called as Dhundi Ganapati. So we will see why he is called as Dhundi Ganapati. So in Kashi, who is there, who stays over there, who dwells over there? Lord Shiva dwells over there by the name Lord Vishwanatha. So he is not only the Lord, he is the king of Kashi. So he was dwelling over there, and it's a very favorite place of Lord Shiva. At that point of time, Mandarachala mountain prayed to Lord Shiva. So when he prayed and when he did lot of tapas, Lord Shiva was very pleased with him and came in front of him and said, "What do you want?" He said, "I want you to come and stay with me in my mountain on Mandarachala. Please come, Bhagavan." So Lord said, "Okay." And therefore, what did Lord Shiva do? He left Kashi and went to Mandarachala and stayed over there. At that point of time, a very severe famine broke out. So everywhere there was famine, no rains, therefore no agriculture. The earth got all dried up, land got all dried up and parched. There was no food for anybody. Everybody was suffering. It went on for years and years and years. And at that point of time, Lord Brahma, the creator, saw what was happening. He said, this should stop. And therefore, what did he do? He went to one king. Because there was a king by name Ripunjaya. Very good king, very great king, very righteous person. He always followed the path of Dharma. And he had a lot of powers. He had done so much of tapas and he had got lot of powers with him. All the power of the gods were with him. Therefore, he was called Ripunjaya. Ripunjaya, Ripu means enemy. Jaya means victory. So, Ripunjaya means one who has won a victory over all the enemies. So, therefore, Lord Brahma went to Ripunjaya and said, "Will you please come and rule over the kingdom with Kashi as the capital? If you come and then rule rightly and justly, people also will follow you. They also will become good. Nature will become very, very happy. And at that point of time, the rains will come down." So Ripunjaya said, "Okay, I will come." He was doing tapas. "I will come, but I have one condition." What is that condition? Kashi is Lord Shiva's capital. Shiva is the king. How can Kashi have two kings? Shiva is already there. And you are asking me to go and become the king. How can two kings be there? No. Only one. Therefore, only I must be there ruling over. Only I must be the administrator. That is the condition that Ripunjaya put. Now, Brahma knew Shiva was not in Kashi, he was in Mandarachala mountain. He said, "Okay, Kashi, anyway Shiva is not there. So you can go and you can rule over. Nobody will come, no devatas will come and interfere with your administration. But I also will put one condition." Lord Brahma said, "What is the condition? You have to be a very, very good king. Exceedingly well you must rule over. If you make any mistake, if you commit any mistake, and then at that point of time, that condition will not be there." He said, "Okay." So Ripunjaya went to Kashi and he ruled over the entire kingdom. Kashi was his capital. Then at that point of time, Brahma gave him a title. What is the title he gave to him? He gave him the title Divodasa. Divodasa means one who has got all the power of the gods under his control. So he was called as Divodasa. So Divodasa went to Kashi and ruled over the people rightly and justly. No problems at all. No trouble at all. Yatha Raja Tatha Praja. All the people also were very good. Why? King is following the right path. All the people also started following the right path. So everything was it was like Ramarajya there. So at that point of time, nature became very, very happy. When we are all good, nature will be very happy. And whatever we want, she will give. Nature is nothing but God. So rains came down. Agriculture started. People had plenty of food. Everything became normal. Not just normal, it became very good. So therefore, the king was ruling. Not even one mistake he was doing. So well, Divodasa was ruling over the kingdom with, what was his capital? Kashi was the capital. At that point of time, now Shiva, where was Shiva? He was in Mandarachala mountain. Now he wanted to come back to his home. Shiva's dearest place is Kashi. So he wanted to come back. But now according to the agreement, Shiva can't come back now. So he is wanting to come back. What to do now? So therefore somewhere some mistake has to happen. Either the king must do or the people in Kashi must do some mistake. At that point of time the condition will be cancelled and Shiva can come back. So some trouble should be given and we have to see how the king will handle it. So therefore they went to the gods. Agni Bhagavan, god of fire, was called. Create some trouble. What did he do? He withdrew his power. So in Kashi no fire. Not only a diya, lamp, no fire in the kitchen. No fire in the kitchen means food can't be cooked. Therefore, people won't have food. So Lord Agni withdrew his power. What did Divodas do? He himself became Agni Bhagavan and, produced fire. He himself became, that much of power he had. He could do what Lord Agni could do, Lord Fire could do. So Agni Bhagavan's mission failed. Vayu Bhagavan went. Oxygen stopped. No breathing in, no breathing out means people will die. What did Divodas do? He himself did whatever Vayu Bhagavan can do. He himself became Vayu. And whatever was the role of Lord Vayu, he himself took upon himself that responsibility. So all the gods, they could not do anything, they could not create any trouble over there in Kashi. Mission failed. Then what did Shiva do? He sent 64 Yogini Devis, Shakti Devis, they are all. Not 1, 2, 64 of them. You go, disguise yourself as normal beings. Try to tempt the people there. Tempt you to do wrong thing, tempt them with something. Some little mistake means condition cancel. So all the 64 Devis went. They stayed over there in Kashi for a long time, tried to, convince the people to do this, make them, tempt them. Nothing they could do. Mission also, again, they also failed in trying to make the people of Kashi do what they wanted. But all the 64 Devis, they started liking Kashi. Kashi is such a sacred place, divine place it is. Anybody who goes there, they'll want to stay there. So they said, why we go back to heaven and all, that Swarga and all, this is better than Swarga. Let's stay over here. So silently all the 64 of them stayed over there. They didn't come back. Shiva is waiting, they did not come back. Then what did Shiva do next? He sent Lord Surya Bhagavan. You go. You got all knowledge, no? Light of knowledge you are. Go and do something over there. Try to see if you can, tempt some people. So Lord Surya Bhagavan went. Nothing he could do. I am making the story short. Nothing he could do. And he also got so overwhelmed, captivated by the beauty and the divinity of Kashi. He said, Chala, I am also going to stay over here only. And therefore, in 12 forms, 12 different forms, Surya Bhagavan also stayed in Kashi. Every form is associated with one Tirtha. The names are all there. This story comes in Skanda Purana, in one of the Puranas, which Vyasa Bhagavan has given to us. So Surya Bhagavan also could not do anything. Then finally Shiva said, Brahma, you go down. You see if you can do anything. So Lord Brahma came as a Purohit, as a Brahmana. Now once who helps us to conduct yajna, yaga, pujas, etc. He came down like that. He met the king and he said, come on, let us do Ashwamedha yaga, yajna. Even to do one Ashwamedha yajna is considered to be very, very auspicious, good, beneficial, brings lot of merit. Even one, not two. Brahma made Divodasa conduct 10 Ashwamedha yajnas in one particular place in Kashi. 10 in Sanskrit is Dasha. Therefore, that place is known as Dashashwamedha Ghat. It is there, where even to this day in the evening, Ganga Arati they do. The Ghat is known as Dashashwamedha Ghat. Why? Dasha means 10. Ashwamedha yajnas. But even Brahma could not do anything. Then finally Shiva sent his own Ganas. You go and do something. mingle with the people and, try to tempt them, convince them to do some little mistake. All of them settled down in Kashi. That is why Kashi is supposed to be so sacred. All divine beings are there. Ganas also went and settled down over there. Now what can Shiva do? Nothing he could do. Finally Shiva approached his son Ganapati. He said, Ganapati, you have got buddhi, proficiency, efficiency, you are very good in communication, talking, doing. You go and do something, no? Try to find out a way how I can enter into Kashi. Search for a way. Dhund. In Hindi also we say, no? Dhund. So search. See if you can find a way for me to enter Kashi. Ganapati went to Kashi. How did he go? He went as an astrologer. Astrologer means one who will predict. This will happen to you, this will happen to you, good it can be, bad it can be. If bad happens, what should I do? Do this puja. Astrologer will tell all those things, depending on our stars, the planets, etc. So, Ganapati went as an astrologer and settled down there in Kashi. And he met the people. And he said, this trouble is coming to you. What should I do? Do this puja. The trouble really came. They did the puja, trouble went away. He went and met somebody else. This trouble is coming for you. See, like that he went on. He went around predicting for everybody whatever problems or troubles may come to them. And also he told them how to get out of it also. Do this puja or do this everything. So he became so famous in Kashi. Oh, there is an astrologer who has come. Pandit who has come. He can predict the future like this, very correctly he can predict, and he will tell us also what to do. So Ganapati in the form of an astrologer became very famous. The queen heard about this. Divodasa's wife heard about it, and she told the king, why don't we call the astrologer to our palace? He's very famous, so let's call him. So the king decided to call, and they sent word for the astrologer to come. By then all the devatas have started coming to Kashi, right? So now the king has started feeling little disinterested in ruling. A change has already started happening in him. Not much of interest in ruling. He wants to just go away to the forest or to the cave of the Himalayas and sit down and meditate. Like that feeling is coming to him. He doesn't know why, but this feeling has already started coming. So anyway, the astrologer was called. Who was the astrologer? Ganapati, Ganesha. So Ganesha came. Very charming he is, very captivating he is. So the king met him and received him. And then he said, I have heard a lot about you. I do not know why I am feeling like this. Disinterest in my responsibilities, in ruling over the people. I want to go away. I do not know why I am feeling like this. Of late, recently this is happening. Can you please tell me why? Then Ganesha told him, King, 18th day from today onwards, one Pandit will come. He will come from the north. He will advise you. Receive him. He will advise you. Whatever he says, you should do. Ganapati told the king and he left. So the king waited. 18 days afterwards, one person came, one Pandit came from the north. His name was Punya Kirti. Who was it? It was Vishnu himself who came in that form. Shiva had told him to go. So he came. Exactly 18th day he came. He met the king. And then he said, I will tell you what you should do. Since you had kept Shiva out of Kashi, that little dosha will be there. Therefore pray to him. Install a Shivalinga and pray to him. Earnestly, devotedly pray to him. On the 7th day, one Vimana will come. Vimana means like a plane, right? God's divine plane will come and take you to Kailasa. And then Vishnu also went away. So what did Divodasa do? He installed a beautiful Shivalinga. That Shivalinga is known as Divodaseshwara Shivalinga. He prayed, and exactly on the 7th day, one divine celestial vehicle came from Kailasa. He got onto it and then he left for Kailasa. So mukti, moksha for the king. So now king is not there in Kashi. Now who can enter inside? Shiva can come. So everything was ready. Shiva said, now I'm going to go back to my city. You say, home sweet home. Like that, he came back. He was so happy. Shiva was so happy. Everybody along with him. We always say, with family and friends come. So he came fully away. And then he settled back in his beautiful, lovely city called Kashi. And then he said, now who was the one who was responsible for Shiva coming back to Kashi? Ganesha. So he looked at Ganesha. Ganesha was standing over there. He was so pleased with Ganesha. He said, you are the one who somehow or the other searched for a method, doomed. You searched. You made it possible for me to come back to Kashi. Therefore, from today onward, you will be called as Dhundi Ganapati. And you will stay over here. And whoever comes to Kashi, first they must visit you. They must have your darshan. They must pray to you. And then when they come to me, I will make sure that I will give them fully my blessing, everything. Afterwards, mukti, moksha also will happen. Or whatever we ask of Lord Shiva, Shiva will give to us. You stay over here. So if you go to Kashi, in Kashi Vishwanatha temple, if we go over there, in that complex now, just a few little, let's say, feet away from Kashi Vishwanatha is Annapurna. Annapurna shrine is there. She is the queen of Kashi. A little away from her, another few feet away, is this Dhundi Ganapati temple. Big Ganapati is there. Orange in color, Sindhura Varna is. So normally whoever goes over there first will pray to whom? Dhundi Ganapati. And then they will have darshan of Shiva, and then they will have darshan of Annapurneshwari, and then come. Shiva said, that shloka is also there in the Purana. And then what did now Dhundi Ganapati is there in Kashi. He did not stay in one form. 56 forms he took. Can you imagine? 56 forms he took. Entire Kashi was divided into 7 regions, concentric circle areas. If the center is there, one area around, then one more area, then third area, fourth area, like that 7 areas are there in concentric circles. They are called Sapta Avarana, 7 layers we can say, or 7 areas. In each of these areas, Ganapati is there. 8 different forms of Ganapati are there, facing in 8 different directions, protecting Kashi. Even those names are there. So 7 into 8 is how much? 7 areas. In each area, how many forms of Ganapati are there? 8. So 7 into 8 is 56 forms are there. So we can see, visit and have darshan of all the 56 forms. Or even if one Ganapati, Dhundi Ganapati, who is just next to Shiva and Annapurneshwari, if we go and visit over there, have his darshan, pray to him, lot of good will happen to us. That is what Lord Shiva has said. So the Kirtan also, very beautiful song. This Dhundi Ganapati temple is in which place? Kashi. There is a Dhundi Ganapati temple even in the south. Same name, Dhundi Ganapati. Just like that, there is a temple in Tamil Nadu on the banks of the Kaveri river, Dhundi Ganapati. A great musician saint to Swami Dikshatar. He studied in Kashi. And then when he came back, he went around to all the beautiful pilgrim centers and he's written a beautiful, beautiful song. He's written a very beautiful song on Dhundi Ganapati also. This is a very beautiful story of Dhundi Ganapati of Kashi. So next time anybody goes to Kashi, make sure you have darshan of whom first? Dhundi Ganapati, and then go and have darshan of Vishwanatha and Annapurneshwari.